Liberia, the national. Wow, 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 wow. If you are excited, I want to see you celebrating in the chat room. I want to see you celebrating. I want to see you celebrating. Good evening to everyone, and good morning, good afternoon, because we all have different time zones. I'm Ambassador Daniel Gore from Liberia, the National Director of the African Immersion Leaders Network. I'm happy to be here. I hope you all are excited to be here. If you are excited, I want to see you clapping within the chat room. If you want to hear from our powerful speaker today, I want to see you clapping. I want to see you celebrating within the chat room. I want to see that. Wow, wow. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, this is the African Immersion Leaders Network, Liberia chapter and summit. We all have been hearing about. You've been seeing the flyers on social medias and on Facebook, on Messenger, WhatsApp, Easter, TikTok. You all been seeing this flyer. Today is the day. If you are excited, I want to see you clapping within the chat room. I want to see you dancing because we are all here to learn from people, from our powerful speaker from around the world. I want to see you clapping within the chat room. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, African Immersion Leaders Network. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, leaders. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm excited. Thank you so much, leader. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, leader. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. We all know that we are one people, young people from around Africa, and not only Africa, but for around the world. And we are all here for one thing. We are all here to connect. This is why we are here. We are all here to connect as one young leader within Africa and around the world. So if you are excited, I want to see you clapping because you are going to hear something that you haven't been hearing before from our powerful speaker. I know you are all excited. I know you are all excited. Wow, wow. You can share the link with your family member, your friends, and even if you have people from Europe, you can share the link. You can share the link on your social media platform. It can be Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp. It can be TikTok. You can share the link. Just share the link. Let young leader from around Africa join. You can just share the link. Just share the link. Share the link. Share the link. I want you to share the link. Share the link on your Facebook platform. I want you to share the link. I want you to share the link. Thank you so much, leader. We are all here to connect, to build that bridge that connects all emerging leaders in Africa. We are all here to do that tonight. I'm excited to be here, man. And I'm going to call on one of the powerful hands behind this organization. I know you are waiting to see that person who is behind African Immersion Leaders Network. I know you are waiting. So if you want to see him, I want to see you jumping. I want to see you jumping. I know you want to see that great man, right? I know you want to see that great man, and you're going to see him tonight. Not to waste your time, I'm honored to welcome our hard-working president, strong hand behind the African Immersion Leaders Network, and he's no one else but Mr. Pressure C. Nowusu, the president founder of the African Immersion Leaders Network. You are welcome, sir. Mr. President, you are welcome. Mr. President. We are awaiting our president to do a special remark tonight. Mr. President, you are welcome. Okay, thank you. While we are awaiting our president to to make his special remark, we are all here to hear from our our speaker for tonight. We are all here to learn something great and something that you have not been hearing before. We are all here to listen to that. Maybe and you think you are a leader, but someone is there that is greater than you. So tonight you're gonna hear from that person. While we are awaiting our president tonight, maybe he's gonna make a remark at the end of the program. So and we are awaiting. So and thank God he's here, Mr. President. You are welcome, sir.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing?
You are welcome, Mr. Pressure.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Daniel. I'm very
Yes.
delighted to be here, and this is the right step in the right direction. You know, this is what we've always wanted to do, and
True.
I'm glad that what we have started is being replicated across all the countries where we have national directors. And Ambassador Daniel, you are taking the lead. Kudos to you. Um, Tonight, I want to specially welcome each and every one of you who is joining this summit. African Emerging Leaders Network Liberian chapter is hosting this summit, and I am Precious Chukwemeka Nwosu. I am the president of the African Emerging Leaders Network. I want to especially welcome each and every one of you, wherever you're watching me from. I want to thank you for taking out the time to be here. In fact, we are excited because this is how we build the Africa of our dream, by building the bridge that connects the next generation of African leaders, and furthermore, driving this change to the grassroots level. So I want to appreciate all of you for being here. African Emerging Leaders Network, like I have said, is a network that connects young Africans who have the gift, who have a talent, who have the skill to lead, who have the ability to lead, who have the desire, who have the desire for a change. Young emerging leaders who are ready to begin to question the status quo, who are ready to begin to ask the right questions to say, why are things not going right? So this network is like a platform to connect these leaders from across the continent of Africa, and we are able to network, we are able to synergize, and we are able to create a ripple effect of change in our society. Growing up, we always heard that we are the leaders of tomorrow. We are the leaders of tomorrow. But now tomorrow is here. And it doesn't look like everything that they've told us is as it's supposed to be. But as young people, it is time for us to, for us to take the bull by the horn, right? It is time for us to step up. It is time for us to begin to ask the right questions. It is time for us to challenge status quo, because the first step to solving any problem is understanding that problem. And how can you understand that problem? Is by asking questions. Why are things the way they are? And this platform is going to help give you an opportunity, give young emerging leaders an opportunity to network. It's going to give young emerging leaders an opportunity to network. It's going to give young emerging leaders an opportunity to harness that leadership potential. If you believe that you have a desire for leadership, on the African Emerging Leaders platform, you have the privilege, you have the opportunity to, you have the opportunity to exhibit that leadership potentials. You have people like us, and we have a lot of powerful speakers that we've lined up for you, that will help you, to guide you, to challenge you, to help you to streamline whatever it is that you have in your heart. Whatever it is that you have in your heart. Oh, Abraham, you are welcome. We see you. So, once again, I want to appreciate all of you for being here. If you are watching this right now, share this video. Share this video on your social media platform. It is time for Africans to wake up. We have assembled an amazing lineup of speakers, people who know their onions, people who have a vast experience in Pan-Africanism. So we've assembled a vast array of speakers, and these speakers are going to be speaking to you in this summit today, tomorrow, and the next tomorrow. So I hope that whatever you are learning, you are also going to pass it down to the next generation. What makes you a leader is your ability to develop other leaders around you. So if you're watching this video, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also share this video so that all other people around you can come and learn a thing or two that will be instrumental to their journey. So once again, you're welcome. Enjoy your summit, and I wish you all the best. At this point, I'll be handing over back to the Liberian Director, Ambassador Daniel. Thank you for having me, and I wish you success in your outreach.
You are welcome, Mr. President. You are welcome. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hands, the powerful hands, and all of the hands that behind the African Emerging Leaders Network. He's the founder, and when Mr. Pressure founded the African Emerging Leaders Network in 2022 February, it was so difficult to get across Liberia, but thank God he has directors that want to that are already waiting and that are already standing strong to move this network to our vision, because we want to develop that 3 millions young leader in Africa. So, Mr. President, I want to say thank you, and I want to say thank you very much and for your special remark. Oh, all right. I know we all are waiting to see that special, that eloquent speaker for tonight. I know you are waiting. But just share our live on your social media platform. It can be TikTok, you can share it. It can be Facebook, you can share our live with your Facebook platform, and you can share it with your group, family member. Yes, you can share it. Let them learn. Don't just sit there. Make order to learn. There are so many young Liberians who want to know about leadership. This is the time you have to come. You have to listen. Come and learn from this ambassador. You know, I'm smiling because he's very, very special in Liberia. He's special. He's very, very special. Okay, our speaker for tonight is Mr. Ambassador Kekula Moba. He is a public procurement specialist. He also is a motivational speaker. He hosts and presents a 1 hour radio show on the Firestone Liberia Voice and Peace FM and Facebook Generation Next motivational radio show. Ambassador Kekula Moba, he is a scholar. And this great man holds a Master of Law in Public Procurement Management. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome our speaker for tonight. He's no one else but Ambassador Kekula Moba from the Republic of Liberia. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And I'd like to say good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. I want to say thanks to the African emerging leaders for affording me this opportunity to come and share my thoughts about how I see Africa and what we can do as people, as young people, to move the vision of Africa forward. I'm one of those who still believe that Africa is a great continent. I'm one of those who still believe that we can make this continent number one. So I'm extremely happy tonight to get this invite. My name is Kekula Mova. I come from Liberia. I'm a life coach. I'm a motivational speaker, and I am a public procurement specialist and scholar. Tonight, our central theme is visionary thinking. Visionary thinking is our central theme. And I just like to go beyond the theme, or just wrap around the theme and say a call to see beyond the horizon. So once more, I want to say thank you for the opportunity and the time afforded me to share my thoughts on your platform. It's an honor and it's indeed a privilege. Today, I invite us to reflect on a powerful concept that can transform our beloved continent, and that is visionary thinking. Visionary thinking is about more than just saying what is in front of us. It is about imagining what could be and having the courage to bring it to life. From the pyramids of Egypt to the ancient empires of Mali and Zimbabwe, we have been dreamers, builders, and thinkers. But today we are faced with a new reality. Africa stands at a crossroad, a continent rich in resources, beaming with potential, yet still challenged by poverty, corruption, and underdevelopment. However, we are not victims of our circumstances. Visionary thinking teaches us to move beyond limitations, embrace new perspectives, and create solutions for the generations yet to come. I was in Kenya a couple of weeks ago, and this is what I learned in Swahili, and I just like to share. If somebody is in East Africa watching, you might have the right pronunciation. But in Swahili, it says, kidogo kidogo sufura huta, meaning little by little, the pot fills. Little by little, the pot fails. In every step forward matters. Today, let's look at Africa's problems, prospects, and the way forward guided by the spirit of visionary thinking. So my message tonight will center around three thematic areas. What are the problems? What are the prospects? And what are the way forward? With the same theme of visionary thinking in mind. So with no time to waste, let's go into our first thematic area that has to do with Africa's problems. Africa faces many obstacles, but we must not see them as insurmountable walls. Instead, we should view them as stepping stones to a brighter future. What is one of the problems that is hampering Africa? Poverty and unemployment. Despite our natural wealth, our natural resources, many of our people live in hardship. From the gold mines of Ghana to the oil fields of Nigeria, wealth is not always distributed equally. Another thing that is hampering Africa is corruption and leadership deficit. And I'm glad that we have such a network called African Emerging Leaders. We can go beyond just voting or exercising our franchise. We can be able to use platforms like this to share our vision and what we see for a better continent, not only our respective countries, but if Africa is better, all of us benefit. So leadership and corruption is another deficit. Across the continent, misuse of public resources has held us back. Leaders with short-term goals have too often prioritized personal gain over collective progress. Also, poor infrastructure and education system. Many of our rural schools and healthcare system need investment to meet global standards. The third thing that is hampering Africa, and that is close to my heart, is dependence on foreign aid and imports. How come that we have all the natural resources on our soil, from gold to timber to oil, yet still Africa is dependent on aid? We cannot continue to run this continent in this way if we young people want to have a better future. Instead of nurturing homegrown solutions, we often rely heavily on others, leaving us vulnerable to external influences. I was reading the news the other day, and I heard that one of our foreign counterparts wanted to seize an aircraft, a presidential aircraft that belonged to Nigeria, only because they had some huge debt that they needed to pay. However, these challenges are not unique to Africa. They are opportunities in disguise. If we think differently, if we look through the lens of possibility, we will see the seas of goodness hidden beneath these problems. Now, let me move on to the prospects. What Africa holds, the light within the darkness. In every struggle lies a sea of renewal, and in every crisis, a spark of possibility. Africa's future is brighter than its challenges. Why? Because we hold in our hands the ingredients for transformation. Number one, we have a youthful population. If you don't know, Africa has a youthful population. Africa is the youngest continent with 70% of the population under the age of 30. With this energy and creativity, we have the power to shape a new future. Young minds are creating startups, technology hubs, and social movements that are changing the narratives. A classic example is the African Emerging Leaders Network. Natural resources and renewable energy potential. Africa has 30% of the world's mineral and a vast supply of sunlight for renewable energy, we are well positioned to lead in the global green economy. When I was in Kenya, I visited a town called Ngong, and there they have a solar system that is supplying the entire town. It's not only dependent on their national electricity grid, but they are using the wind turbine to produce electricity. We can do more with technology and our renewable energy. Another potential Africa has is technology and innovation. With the rise of financial tech, it's called fintech in Kenya, mobile money banking across the continent, and agricultural technologies, Africa is proving that we are not just consumers, but creators of technology. In East Africa, for example, people have now gravitated away from handling physical cash. People are now carrying money using their mobile wallets. I was in Rwanda two years ago, and almost everybody from the market woman who is on a market table to the guy who is doing bolo bolo or keke or tutu, they all have a mobile money account that you can just pay them right away. So technology is something that Africa can use. Another thing, another potential that Africa has is the growing cultural renaissance, from Nollywood films to Afrobeat music and African fashion. The world is looking to us for inspiration. We are reclaiming our cultural identity and telling our own stories. And that's what we need to do. We need to tell our own stories. We shouldn't rely on the West to tell our stories. Afrobeat has taken over the entire world. Here is, our legendary Jazino, whose music was played in the stadium in the US just a few weeks ago. So cultural renaissance from our movies. We can do a whole lot. We have a lot of potential in Africa, from technology to culture to the financial sector to a youthful population. With 70% of our population below the age of 30, that's something we can maximize in order to make this continent a very good one. But the true treasure of Africa is not only what lies beneath our soil, it is the vision within our people. If we dream big and act boldly, we can turn these prospects into reality. So it's not only about talking, it's not only about dreaming big. We need to act. That's what Africa needs. We need to act. And the only way we can achieve a lot in Africa is that we have to hold together. I'm glad that some African countries are even having a visa-free arrival. They're making trying to take all of those traveling barriers. A lot of countries in East Africa, you get there is visa on arrival, and what you pay. I'm going to use Rwanda as a case study. It's extremely small. The last time I visited Rwanda, I paid like $5 USD, which was like nothing, to get an entry visa. So, what is the way forward? I said I'm going to talk about 3 areas: Africa, the challenges, Africa, the prospects, and Africa, the way forward. So I've talked about some of the problems. I've talked about some of our prospects. What is the way forward for us as a country and people and continent? The way forward. It is not enough to dream. We must act. Visionary thinking requires leadership, unity, innovation, and hard work. What are the concrete steps we must take? Number 1, we need transformed leadership, from personal interest to collective purpose. We need leaders who will think beyond election cycles, beyond individual gains. Visionary leaders are those who plant trees under whose shade they will never sit. The time has come to raise leaders within who will guide Africa with a long-term vision. That is what we need. We need leaders who will go beyond just mere election promises. And how can we raise a continent? We need to invest in education. We need to invest in our young people. That is the only way we can have a better vision. That is the only way we can go beyond, just thinking about ourselves and think about how we can improve the lives of others, not only ours, but how do we subscribe to a national vision and a better continent. Number two thing we need to way forward is that we need to invest in education and skills development. Our youth need access not only to education, but to relevant 21st century skills. From technology to entrepreneurship, we must equip our youth with the tools to compete globally and solve local challenges. Education must go beyond the classroom. It must prepare us to think critically, innovate, and create jobs. So investment in education cannot be overemphasized. It's something that we need. And in Africa, we say that education begins at the mother's need. So if a mother is educated and a child education begins at the need of their mother, that's something we need to think about critically. How do we create opportunity for young people to have access to quality education? And I was listening, one of the countries in Africa that is taking the lead is Botswana. Botswana. Imagine university students are being paid to go to school. And I was when I follow one of Africa's influencers and YouTuber, Wodemaya, and when he lifted that story. What Liberian dream? I said yes, but we need to have I went off, so I don't know what I'm still back on. Okay. Thank you so much. You see, these are some of the challenges we face in Africa. When will we have the undersea cable connecting Africa? Access to internet. We pay a lot of money in Africa when it comes to internet, especially West Africa. We pay a lot of money for internet. How do we put forth our vision? How can we make use of the 21st century tool when almost everything now is the internet age? You can learn anything on the internet, from coding to programming to be anything you want to do, whether it's science or new idea that you want to put forth. We need internet. So that's one of the things our leaders need to think about. How can they bring affordable internet to Africa? So another area we need to also look at is strengthening African unity and regional integration. We must break down the borders that divide us. Through trade agreements like the African Continental Free Trade Area, we can foster economic growth and reduce dependence on imports. The dream of Kwame Nkrumah in a united Africa is not dead. Together, we are stronger. I look forward to a time that I can just take my passport, get on a plane, go to Zimbabwe or go to South Africa as an African without any hindrance, without applying for visa or taking all of those barriers. It's so cumbersome to travel to some of the countries, though you are an African, and it looks like you are from a foreign country or from a completely different continent. So that's something we need to work on, strengthening African unity and regional integration. We need to go beyond the normal politics of just going to the African Union or going to those big conventions and just give speeches. We must go beyond just giving speeches. We have to act, and we have to be serious about it. The fourth thing we need to do as a way forward is to embrace innovation and sustainability. Let us move beyond the extractive industry and embrace technology, agriculture, and renewable energy. From solar farms in Morocco to tech hubs in Rwanda, we are providing the innovation tribes in Africa. Let us create industries that not only enrich our economy, but protect our environment. There is a new tech company in Rwanda that started distributing medical supplies to hard to reach places using drone technology, delivering vaccine to hard to reach places using technology. So we need to embrace innovation and sustainability. That is the only way we can catch up with the West. I've always said that a lot of African countries are still behind 10 to 15 years from rural connectivity to internet to good healthcare services. We are still behind as a continent. We have to fly to India. We have to go to the US. We have to go to, when I heard that one of our African leaders from West Africa was going to the UK. Imagine you are the head of the institution, and so you will have to fly to the United Kingdom to do medical checkup in this age and time. That's a disservice to us. I should be able to leave from here and go to Ivory Coast and go to Ghana and go to Nigeria and go to Botswana and get the best. The best. We have the best minds in Africa. But do we have the support? Do we have the resources? Yes, we do have the resources. But do we have the vision to improve the lives of our fellow Africans? I say no, that is where our leaders need to do a whole lot. The fifth and final thing as a way forward is to promote ethical and responsible citizenship. The way forward is not just the responsibility of governments. It begins with each of us, members of the African Leaders Network. It begins with us. Just one person with a vision can change a whole lot. You don't need 1,000 persons. You don't need 1,000,000 persons. One person with the right vision and the right support, and he has people following him and taking some concrete actions, you can do a whole lot. So it begins with us. As individuals, we must practice honesty, hard work, and care for our communities. Visionary thinking starts with small acts. Mentoring a young person, building a business with purpose, or standing up for justice. That's all we need to do. In conclusion, or in closing, my brothers and sisters, Africa's future will not be handed to us. We must create it. As the Nigerian writer Chinua Achebe once said, the problem with Africa is not that we don't have dreams, it's that we do not dream boldly enough. I will repeat that for the sake of emphasis. The problem with Africa is not that we do not have dreams, is that we do not dream boldly enough, unquote. The challenges before us are real, but our prospects are greater. Imagine a continent where young innovators are solving Africa problems, where leaders serve the people with integrity, and where the wealth of our lands enrich every citizen. Imagine a future where Africa is not a continent of poverty and aid, but a continent of opportunities and global leadership. We are the generation that will make this dream a reality. Let us not be discouraged by today's difficulties. Let us walk together, think boldly, act wisely, and build a future worthy of our ancestors and inspiring to our descendants. I leave you with this African proverb: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go forward, go together. Africa, let us go far and let us go together. The journey has begun. Visionary thinking will lead us there. I want to thank you so much for the opportunity tonight that I can come here and share my thoughts about Africa and the way I see we can all come together to build a better nation and a better, continent. Mugabe says that when you are born in Africa, life is leading you to zero. When you do not have money, life is leading you 3-0. If your parents do not have money, if you are not educated, life is leading you 4-0. And Mugabe was one of the educated presidents in Africa. I'm told he had like 6 or 7 different degrees. But Africa, we have to rise up and take leadership by the book and go beyond just waiting for somebody to come and scratch our back. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much, Ambassador. Thank you so much. And on behalf of the African Immersion Leaders Network and Executive Board, I want to say thank you for accepting our invitation, and thank you for making us to know and much about Africa, and not only Liberia but for other countries within Africa. So, Ambassador Moba, I want to say thank you very much. And if you want to follow Ambassador Moba, you can follow his Facebook page, Generation Next Motivational Radio Show, every Sunday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. You're going to learn a lot. So I want to say thank you, Ambassador. Thank you so much. So if you have any question, you can just drop a question within the chat box, and Ambassador Mova going to respond to it quickly before leaving, please. If you have any question, please, before he can leave. And I got a question from Manfield Jesse. Jesse, I'm going to answer your question, and Jasmine and Jetty and me are going to do that, okay? Okay. People are saying thank you, Ambassador. Thank you so much. I know what you can do. I know. I have qualified our professional speakers for this summit. So, Ambassador, if there's no question,
yes,
I'm gonna let you go.
okay.
Thank you so much, Ambassador.
Since there is no question, I just like to say, I run a motivational radio program on Facebook, so you can check for Generation Next motivational radio show. I'm also going to share this video there as well. So I want to thank you so much for the opportunity, Daniel, and your entire team. And I look forward to joining tomorrow to listen to other speakers.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Ambassador, and thank you, leaders, for joining us tonight. Thank you, leader, for joining us tonight, and I want to be grateful to everyone for taking your time. I know, and especially within and South Africa is 9 p.m. and in Nigeria is 8 p.m. In Liberia is not. In South Africa is 10 p.m. Nigeria is 9 p.m. and within Liberia is 8 p.m. So I want to say thank you for the time, and I want to say invite your friends for the second day. Tomorrow is the second day. You're gonna hear from the Unilen Queen from Nigeria and one of our powerful speaker from South Africa. So invite your friends, your family member, just share our flyers. I know females, you love your TikTok. You can share our flyers on your TikTok and page. You can share it on your Instagram. Wheresoever you know that you can find leader, share our flyers. And I want to say thank you to Chiomaka Oroko. And I want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you to Loving, our programs director. I want to say thank you. And Mr. President, Mr. Pressure, and Nusu, we want to say thank you for the time and have a great night. See you tomorrow.